All right, what's up, bandits? Welcome to this video and to my channel. Thanks for clicking. I'm here in my kid's bathroom and I'm doing a project in which I am renovating the shower and the bathtub. Not the entire thing, but just the trim pieces, the handle, the spout, and the shower head. This is a pretty big project. I'll be using this product by Moen. This video was made in partnership with Lowe's. They sent me this product to review, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm installing it. We'll see how it holds up to my rigid standards of quality and budget. Can it make the cut? Am I happy with it? So in this video, we're going to be doing step 3, the final step. In the previous 2 videos, I did the handle replacement and the trim replacement, and then the shower head itself. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the spout. You're not going to want to miss this. I ran into a little bit of trouble with the spout. I'll get you through all of that. Oh my God, this is so annoying. I have to drive all the way across town. This is so preventable. So that you can be thinking what kind of problems you can expect to help you better prepare for this installation job. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, buckle up. The ride starts now. Let's start by taking a look at the new spout. Here it is, brushed nickel, super sexy, I think, pretty dense, very heavy. And there's the diverter there on the top, and you can take a look on the inside. What do you see? We'll talk about more about that later here. Here's the underside for you, and yeah, looks like a spout. Let's go over to the old one, and let's get this one off. Notice there is a hex nut on the underside. I've got it actually rotated out. Let me show you how I do that. You can do the hex nut first if you want, loosen that up a little bit from the underside, or you can start with the removal of the caulking, the silicone or the kitchen bath caulking. See it. That's what really secured it down, because you can see the caulking starting to bunch up as I twist it counterclockwise. See that? All right, so here's the Allen wrench that you need for that. That'll probably make things a little easier. Okay, so that's not a spin. There's no threads on this one. It just pulled right off. Here's a look at the old one on the inside. So your rough copper pipe just goes straight into there, and then you tighten it up, and apparently it seals on its own. All right, so we're gonna press time out. This is so annoying, I swear. Every time you think a project's gonna be easy, it turns into something a little more complicated. Let me explain to you the update on this spout. I took off the old one, got that right here, and it looks like we're doing a slip fit. You can read the instruction manual. This is specifically designed for threaded tub spout installations or slip fit tub installations. And so we've just got the rough copper pipe coming out about 3 inches and 1/8 or 3 inches and 1/4, something like that. Here's the old one. You can see it's got this nice piece right here, not in focus, but we've got a rubber washer in there for that nice unthreaded pipe to just slip right over. And then you tighten it up with the hex nut right here, and then you caulk around it, and that gives it this nice watertight seal. So the new one, let's talk about that. Check this out. It is only fitted for the actual threaded copper pipe. There's no adapter piece on the inside. There's a little notch for the hex screw, just like the old one, but there's nothing for the hex screw to actually go into. And so I just got off the phone with Moen, the customer service, very nice person, didn't have to wait at all. And she looked up this exact model number. Now, something you need to think about is maybe take off the old one before you go buy this, because this particular model number does not have, it's actually, even though the specifications say it's for copper to copper or the threaded fitting, it actually indeed is not. So Moen, you are incorrect. You need to change and update your specs, in my opinion, and also make sure you print instruction manuals that are accurate to the model number that customers buy. So timeout, I actually had an idea. Can I use the existing adapter piece that's inside the old spout? Well, I tried for the life of me to just pull it out with pliers and I couldn't. So let me take it to the workshop real quick and get out the old hacksaw. Of course, I'm not going to be able to donate this piece anymore, but that's the price I'm willing to pay to see kind of what's going on the inside, maybe to get a better grip to see if I can, again, use the existing adapter piece, assuming it would have the same threads on the inside. So let me kind of cut around the perimeter with my hacksaw and get this piece pulled out. This is what it looks like if you're curious, and it is glued solid in there. I can't get it out with my vise. I've got channel lock pliers here. I'm twisting and things are just going to break. So it's not budging at all. So we are not going to be able to reuse this. So overall, this is a very annoying thing for me. I have to go out and buy a third-party adapter piece that will install on the copper pipe so that this will fit. Of course, I can try to exchange. I actually asked if they can just replace this with a similar finished spout, and they said no, it's not a warranty issue. In my opinion, this is unacceptable. So Moen, I love you, but you need to make a few changes here. Or just throw in an adapter piece. It's 12 bucks. You get them wholesale. So I'm going to run to the hardware store and try to find an adapter piece that's specific for Moen products, universal fit, and we'll see where we're at in just a minute. Oh my God, this is so annoying. I have to drive all the way across town. This is so preventable. Where is the plumbing? All right, it's break time. Welcome to my channel. Click that subscribe button, like this video if it's helping you out, and share this with somebody that you know. Don't forget to leave a comment down below and check the links in the description. All right, I just got back in the car, back from the hardware store. I went to 2 different places. These little adapter pieces are surprisingly difficult to come by. Both hardware stores I went to did not sell them in the store. Both offered me a DIY solution. One was a little more jimmy rigged than I was comfortable with, so I went with option 2, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Once I get back home, I'll show you what I ended up buying. It was about the same price as one of the universal adapter pieces, which is good news. And I solved the problem today, so I don't have to wait 2 or 3 days for shipping. Let's get home and I'll tell you what all the juicy deets. All right, so this is what I ended up going with at the store. Just bought a full new, here's the new one that we're installing, and I just bought a new one of these. It's a bit wasteful, but I will donate this one. And why did I buy a full new one? Because it comes with, check this out, basically the same situation, but it comes with these parts. You could not buy these parts in the store very easily. So for the same, basically the same price, which is about $14 when all was said and done, I can install this thing. So let's take it over to the work site and get this installed. All right, so let's go ahead and get this new adapter piece. It comes with 3 pieces. We're not going to need this little black piece, but basically, let me show you how this works. We've got, that's all plastic, but there's 2 rubber washers or gaskets on here, and I'm going to assume my pipe is nice and clean already. I need to make sure there's no burrs or anything like that, but there's a little hex screw right here you can see. And the idea is that that slides on, and then you tighten this thing on top of it. Okay, so there's threaded. And for the purposes of just seeing how this fits, we're going to go ahead and get things relatively tight. And then your spout, your new one, that will thread inside here like this. Okay, so the idea is that this gets nice and tight, and then our hex nut we can access from here to tighten it to the actual pipe. All right, we're going to put a little bit of Teflon tape on the end of this nipple here. Okay, we're going to wrap it this way So pipe facing you is clockwise with the threads, because when you thread this in, you obviously don't want it to unthread. Don't want it to touch that gasket. So Teflon tape here. We're going to put a little pipe dope along the outside of the Teflon tape. Just to be sure, I know a lot of people prefer one or the other, but in my experience, both of them, the Teflon tape and the pipe dope, work well. Then we'll take this piece with the outside washer gasket pointing toward you and slide that all the way over the copper pipe. And then the plastic adapter piece goes over that, screws into the metal piece there, and then the spout will slide over the top of the plastic piece. You'll want to twist that all the way on. It should be real smooth going on. Make sure it's not crooked. Make sure the threads are correctly aligned. And that should turn all the way back. It might be a little tight because we've got some tape and some pipe dope on there, but we should get all of the junctions nice and tight. Leave a little space for that hex nut at the end because you'll need to tighten that with the Allen key. You might get grease on the Allen key a little bit, or the pipe dope on the Allen key, so just be careful. And once that's snug, not super tight, because you still got to push the spout all the way back to touch the wall, then we can finish off the tightening process with the hex key. All right, that should be, or is good and tight and should be good, but we do need to put some caulking around there. We'll put some caulking around here too, but let's test it out before we seal it all up. All right, let's do it. Looks good so far. Crank it. Oh, I just touched the water. Gotta do dry hand. That looks pretty good. Looks like we're getting a lot of water in there, and we're dry. I think back here. Let's use the diverter now. Seems to be working beautifully. Let's finish up here. I'm going to actually pull that spout back out and just put 100% silicone in the hole surrounding the copper pipe, just to make sure if there is any leak that nothing's going to go behind the wall there. So I'll let that dry and cure for 24 hours before use. Again, that's just preventative and my own personal preference. And then I'll put a little bit of silicone on the perimeter of the inside of the spout before I push it all the way back. That should create a really tight seal. Don't put any silicone over the hole there because you don't want to plug that up. And then we'll take the old finger here and smooth that out. And that concludes our 3-video project on how to replace the trim in the bathroom shower. Hopefully this has helped you out. We'll finish with some final shots of the spout. Thanks for being with me, and stay sneaky. Are you okay? Look, come over here.